Picking chains. I woke up this morning here on the 28th of July 2025, and this perspective came to my mind. Picking chains. What do I mean when I say picking chains? When I say picking chains, I did a video. I posted it over the weekend anyway. I did the video a while ago. And in that video, I said, I have never seen a white man creep up on a black man inside of a store. And I've seen multiple videos that did this, depicting this. I've never seen a white man creep up behind a black man, shoot him in the head. Said man falls to the ground, meaning he died, because point blank range shoots him in the head. Then steps over said man and continue to pump 7 to 8 bullets in his head. I've never seen a white man do that. So in my 56 years of living, I've never seen that before. Rather, it was a depiction of slavery. Slavery don't depict such humanly, what's the word I'm looking for? I've never seen a slave picture where such demoral of a human and has been executed. I've never seen it. I don't hanging a man. Quattro, come on, man. Hanging a man isn't more demoralizing. If you could walk up behind somebody, shoot him in the head, and then step over him and just shoot him in the head, keep shooting him in the head, and you want to sit down there and tell me that you worried about white people. I did that video over the weekend. I posted it. I'll leave that link below the video. Then you're telling me something. But I woke up this morning, I guess subconsciously thinking about that video, and I came up with this perspective and narrative. Picking chains. What do I mean when I say picking chains? When I say picking chains, what I'm saying simply is black people, we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Let me, I'm gonna be all over the place on this one. So let me just tell y'all that now. I'm gonna tell you as a 56-year-old man that didn't engage in the nonsense, why I can critique it as well as I could. And without any filter, without any cap. So it starts like this. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for them thumbs up. Appreciate y'all for subscribing to the channel. Please, helps the channel grow. At 56 years old now, I get to watch women and men. Women at this age, women at 56 years old, they're bitter. They're stuck on super stupid, and they're more interested at 56 years old of showing you how they so are not bothered by all the trash that they've chosen in their life, rather than heal from it and move on. Men at my age are all philosophers, and they're all putting a spin on their jacked up situation. They all have taken humble pie from their jacked up situation. This is what I see at the age of 56. So basically, what's being exposed to me is individuals that did nothing all their life but pick their chains. So what do I mean by picking chains? People, if you think you made it because you got a $100,000 a year job, you'll be most likely you're picking chains. I want to be clear about something. Life has a way of knocking on all of our doors. Life has a way of humbling all of us. You just can't be so far over. You just can't be so far over. You just can't be so far gone where you need a total makeover. I feel sorry for you if you're that dude or you're that person. So we're all, in a sense, guess what I'm saying? In a sense, we are all picking chains. I picked the chain that's real thin. I'm talking because chains are heavy and they put weight on you. You'll see where I'm going with that. I have picked the chain that compliments me. All right. I see individuals that have went through life and they are busted. When I say busted, capital B, they are busted. And I'm seeing these individuals and I'm saying to myself, you didn't see this coming when you were younger. You heard what I just said? You did not see this coming when you were younger. I am seeing, let me tell you, if you don't, if you're affected by welfare, unfortunately, you got the wrong chains, and you picked the wrong chains. If you're affected by tax laws, you picked the wrong chain. People, what I'm trying to tell you here today is I am watching people. I'm watching people. I'm watching people. And the people that I see is people that I'm witnessing, y'all. They act like they have no idea their life was going to turn out the way it did. That's what I see. Because these individuals, when they were younger, they were not interested in none of the cons that went with their reckless lifestyle. They were just interested in the pros. And the pros gave them this perspective of, because I don't care. And now I'm watching these individuals. And what I tell y'all, as I was talking to my ex-girlfriend, today is August 1st. I was talking to her last weekend. I was talking to her, and what I said to her was, it is truly amazing now you can stick your head out the window. It is truly amazing to watch people and be glad that I'm at the point where I can laugh at them. I can laugh at them. People, let's look at a public figure. Let's look at somebody like Dame Dash. Let's look at somebody that was rich and got humbled. I'm not gonna say he broke, because he ain't broke. You don't ever be a millionaire and then get down to, well, I've seen individuals go from millionaire to homeless, but this ain't that situation. You know, when you're involved in lawsuits and things like that make you broke, you're gonna always know how to shelter your money. I'm talking about individuals that go from millionaires to strung out on some type of drugs or anything that unfortunately brought their life to that. So I'm not talking about that individual. But let's talk about Dame Dash. Let's talk about Dame Dash. Let's talk about the game. I watched the video that the rapper, The Game, when the lawsuit, when the $10 million lawsuit or whatever first came down, The Game felt the need to appeal to the niggas and run around and tell everybody that chain getting a dime, that chain this, chain that. That was his thing. He felt good about that. He felt as though he needed to come and tell the niggas what the man is going to do, because he's not looking for tomorrow. He's not, that's the chain he decided to wear. The I don't care, right? He didn't even show up in court. He said, I'm not even going to show up. These guys supposed to be ballers, and didn't even send representation, didn't have a lawyer or nothing. That tells you right there, he didn't even have a lawyer. Because I tell you what, when white people reach that certain level of success, they're gonna do whatever it takes to protect it. But not this guy. So what happens now? The dude is broke. They went and took his house. I don't care what you say. When they take your house, you are at a new level of being humbled. When they take your house, when they come and say, we got orders to come take your house, you have been humbled. That is a new level of humility that no matter what you say, that is a new level of humility. No matter what you say, you can't deny it. You can't say you can't say nothing. You can't say, well, F that, you can't say nothing. When they come and take your house, I came here to cash my ticket and left the damn thing in the house. This is not the ticket. It was winning number 39. And I don't have that with me. Am I sitting on it? Nope. So, all right, so I don't have that ticket. All right, so we ain't stopping here. All right, so like I was saying, so that's a different level of humility. Quattro, you gotta get back, little buddy. Come on. Wow. So, I'm sorry. So, dude is at a different level of humility. But what happened to The Game? Why did a man get a lawsuit, and instead of handling his business, why did a man get a lawsuit? Instead of dealing with the business of a lawsuit, he decided to say, I'm gonna appeal to the niggas, the careless life. Like I said, there are pros and cons that comes with everything. And what I am seeing now at 56 years old is a lot of individuals that pick the nigga life, the I don't care. They selling that perspective and narrative so everybody can sit back and say, oh, word is bond, yo, that nigga got this, oh yeah, that nigga, Nope. The pros and cons that are coming with each life. So the chain that The Game decided to put on was the I don't care chain. And these chains have a heavy burden. Because I'm going to be clear about something. I just said what white people do, or what any millionaire do. When they become millionaires, the first thing they do is put measures in place to protect their millions. But he didn't do that. What happened is he did what Puffy did. They become millionaires and billionaires, and they allow nigger activity in their life that puts in jeopardy their fame and fortune. I'm not putting nigger shit in my life. I'm not involved in that. So the chains that The Game decided to choose is say, you know what? I'm going to pick this chain right here. You wearing the burden that comes with it. I don't know The Game, though. I'm going to do one more. Dame Dash. Dame Dash lawsuits is a little bit funny, because when you sit down and listen to Dame Dash talk about his lawsuit, you got to say, yeah, that's funny, because once again, the lawsuit was one place, and they allowed the lawsuit to be brought to New York, and this and all that. So you gotta look at that and say, okay, I can see where he's talking about. But then again, the lawsuit could have been brought in New York, because that's where he lived. Because you got to take the lawsuit where he lives. So I just thought about that. Another thing. However, Dame Dash, another one. These individuals are not even showing up in court. I don't know what strategy that is, but not showing up in court is a big no. The time you don't show up in court, that's when everything gets granted. That person could have said, I want you to call me every time you take it. The day you miss court, they're going to grant that request. They could say, I want $1 million a minute in attorney's fees. The day you miss court, that's going to be granted. So I don't know why individuals are missing court dates. That's their thing. Those are the chains that they chose to wear. Like I said, I can talk about this as a 56-year-old because I'm seeing things and I'm looking at things now that I am saying to myself, everybody's problems, y'all heard me say it, everybody's problems at this age, honestly, a lot of self-inflicted. These are the chains that they've decided to wear. All right, let me continue. When I look at videos, these new videos about Trump stopping welfare, and when you look at these videos, the common denominator that these women are saying is, what about my kids? So you want us to care about your stuff. That's like me getting a big old mansion and I can't afford it. A lawsuit come knocking at my door and I say, well, what about my mortgage? Well, what about my mortgage? You don't get to say, you don't get to throw single moms are the only ones throwing their responsibilities. They're the only ones throwing responsibilities on someone else's dollar. I haven't seen the video with a guy that was just on public assistance that reached out, that, you know, they got welfare and he wants welfare and he's saying they taking my welfare, you know, and then he said, well, what about this, what about that? I haven't seen the video. But I am watching videos of these women coming up with all these narratives as why we should care about their kids. You know why? Because once again, these are the chains that they've chosen. These are the chains that they've chosen. Right? These are the chains. Let me tell you another unfortunate perspective that's showing itself now in this era of picking chains. I am 56 years old. I remember when I graduated from high school. Can you see that? 1987. And when you graduate from high school, graduating from high school introduces you to the first stage of your life. And it introduces you to the first stage of your life because now it's up to you to decide what are you going to do with the rest of your life. Some people went to college. Some people got a job. Myself, I went in the military. All right? That's what I did. I chose the military, right? I chose the military. That's what I did. But there are some people that didn't graduate from high school. So they didn't graduate from high school. They dropped out. They said, we're going to go with that chain. They got a job. No extended education. They got a job. Had kids. Only to realize later on in life that they were insufficient when it came to dealing with life. Now, of course, this isn't the case. But from the perspective of most, mark that box. And then what happened is the problems in life started graduating. And when the problems in life starts to graduate, now that person and their insufficiency are exposing more. exposing more. You don't have the ability to live. You're insufficient when it comes to life. You don't have enough in your bag, as they say. You don't have enough in your bag to sustain life. And these individuals are living their life, and it's like, oh, I can't do this, or oh, I can't do that. And these are the chains that they picked. All right. So that's the narrative that I see now. A lot of individuals. I give you an example. My ex-girlfriend called me about 10 years ago on Facebook Messenger and told me, here's a girl that as soon as she got out of high school, she graduated high school, she didn't commit herself to extended education. She extended her life as she carried on from her teen activity into adulthood. You know that narrative of when an individual go to college, they wild out, this and all that. What happens in college stays in college. Women go to college, be a whore, want a man to put it in every hole that they got. They just living reckless, and then soon as they graduate from college, they leave that person in college. Black women don't do that. Black women take the reckless chick that they was as a teenager, and they try to use that same perspective and narrative in their adult life. And that's the crash. All right. So she called me up at Facebook Messenger and said, no, she actually left her number and told me to call her, because I remember I was on the phone. I wasn't in the Messenger app. So I'm talking to her, and she said, do I have any more houses in Jersey? Because she keeps filling out rental applications at $50 a hit, and she got so many evictions, and they're not giving her the apartment, and so she's wasting her money on evictions. And I'm like, nah, I don't have houses in Jersey no more. Right? I'm like, I don't have houses in Jersey no more. And it's just, I'm breaking it down to I don't have houses in Jersey anymore. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just saying to myself, wow, I dodged the bullet. But that's what happens with a lot of individuals. These are the chains that they put on. These chains. These are the chains. And today, August 1st, 2025, I am looking at this perspective and narrative, and because this is what I'm gonna tell y'all where my brain is right now. My brain is trying to find my faults. My brain is trying to find where exactly is your bottom gonna fall out. You talking a lot, you're not fuck up proof. Where is your bottom gonna fall out? And I'm just saying, I have nobody to compare it to but the people that I grew up with, right? So I'm comparing what I've been through. I'm comparing my walk in life with the people that walked the same time as I did. And I'm studying, I'm doing psychological studies, I'm doing physical movement, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm seeing that the problems that people have is the chains in life that they've chosen. Period. It's got nothing to do with nothing else. It's got nothing to do with the market changed and the bottom fell out. It's got nothing to do with that. Nothing. The market don't buck. If that was the case, when rates change, everybody, you would just see people feeling it all over. Why is it that when the rates change, when the markets change, when there's an influx in the market, why is it the people that are affected are the ones that was already messed up in the game, and the ones that were already messed up in the games were messed up because of the chains that they've chosen? You're picking your own chains. You're picking your own chains. This perspective and narrative this perspective and narrative that you know, you never say never. No. Let me tell y'all something. Today is August 1st. I had to stop and look at my life about a month or two ago and realized I didn't realize how good I had it. I didn't. Let me say that again. I did not realize how good in life I had it. I didn't realize it. What do I mean? Glad you asked. What I'm saying is, I don't have property tax, so I can go buy a $25 million house and ain't got to worry about the taxes, right? I ain't got to worry about the taxes. In addition to the property taxes, I don't have mortgage insurance. The VA puts insurance on the mortgage, so I don't have that. So the only thing that I have homeowners insurance. I do have that. But the only thing that I have is the mortgage and a homeowners insurance. My eyesight. These glasses here that y'all see me wear, I got those for free at the VA hospital. The white ones that y'all see me wear, I got those for free at the VA hospital. The ones that I'm about to get, I got those free at the VA hospital. They're going to be transitional lenses, and they're going to transition to the darkest tint. I got those at the VA hospital, free. Health insurance for me, free. In addition, the woman that I married, she gets these benefits attached to her as well. My children get these benefits attached to them. This is why I'm not walking around here in a black community looking at a dude with 5 kids by 5 different women, bag a bitch, and I'm sitting up here thinking, oh, the only chicks that want me are these raggedy hoes, and I'm gonna go ahead and dumb myself down so I can get me a chick. No, I'm good. I'm good. The woman that chooses to act right and be a woman is going to get lots of perks dealing with me. And those are the chains that I wear in my life. I'll catch you guys on the next one.